And last but not least was Candice and Charlene of Greenwise, Skip Bags and Bins.
Yeah.
What did you think of their business model?
Yeah, that was a challenge, that one, and I know that they were probably a little bit stunned at some of the feedback that they received, because that sort of started, with one business model, and then it did have a bit of a change sort of early on, and I absolutely love their passion and enthusiasm for both the environment and also giving back to the community. That really came through as being a strong focus for them, because people were throwing out so much great stuff into these bins that could be then recycled for families in low socioeconomic areas that really need a hand. It did pose, I suppose, a bit of a conundrum though, in terms of having a successful business that could be franchised from the trailer perspective and bins, but then the community service element, which really needs a lot of volunteer time. So they're spending time trying to run the business
dollar time on the community aspect.
On the community aspect. So I think as we sort of pointed out on the day, if it was to continue the way it was, then I think they would find it very difficult to run a profitable business because they were spending so much time in non-cash generating activities. On the flip side of that, if they could then get the help through volunteers, etc., through some of the networks that they've got in the Facebook groups,
then it really gives them a competitive edge.
It does give them a competitive edge, because there's no other business doing what they're doing. All of the waste bins, all the skip bins, they're just off and they're getting dumped, and some of the stuff might be recycled, but certainly not to the extent. So they've got a really good business model that's really strongly community focused. It's just leveraging off the different community groups to help them so that they can continue to sustain.
Yeah.
That's right.
It will be really interesting to see them all when we touch base again in 6 months, to see where everybody's back, where they're all at, and what advice they took, what advice they didn't take, and not just Candice and Charlene. Some of the other businesses were delighted at some parts, and not so delighted at other parts. Our ears are a bit caught in when people are giving us some advice we don't want to hear.